How many times have you heard, with great risk comes great reward? Remember, with a salvage auction, you don't get to inspect the vehicles. It is just the photos online that you get to look at, and that's all the information you've got. So you're taking a big risk with something, especially when it doesn't look that damaged. Just like the next project, the Mercedes-Benz A250 Sports AMG package. Have a look at that. So when the opportunity came to buy this car from a salvage auction here in Perth, I jumped on it. There was next to nothing wrong with it. The front passenger bumper is a little bit scuffed, and that is about it. Now, I had the opportunity to download a report that gives you all the codes of what is actually wrong with the car. And other than that, there's a little bit of minor suspension damage on the front and left right. Now, we've already obviously taken it for a small drive around here, and well, until we get it up in the air, I actually don't know what's wrong with it, because there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. So the main things to note on the A250 is that it came out with 18-inch AMG alloy wheels. Now, they still exist on the front. But on the back, the previous owner has put on some 19-inch AMG sport wheels, and they look awesome. There's far less room, and the wheel arch is filled in more, and it just looks great. So the idea is, I want all four wheels to be the same. We're going to get some 19-inch wheels, put them all the way around. We're going to rub off all of these markings from the insurer, get rid of the stickers, give it a really good clean, and see what else needs to be bought for this to get it back on the road. One thing is for sure, the Dragon has got to go. The kitty cat has got to go. These two passengers are no longer getting a free ride. So we've got to get it inside the workshop, take all the wheels off, check out the brake pads, check out the brake discs, make sure there's plenty of meat left on those, and check where we're at. And there's a couple of things on the inside that we also need to look at. This is the park release button. Well, it is on the C200. This needs to be replaced. The window controller on the driver's door. They all work, obviously, just the plastic's coming off. Got to get a new one of those. Now, the sunroof is a bit of an issue, only because, well, the sunroof is there. The curtain that's supposed to go over the top is not. You can just see there some brass springs or copper springs. So it needs a new curtain. That's all it needs. The actual mechanism that pulls the curtain is there and works, but the actual curtain was stuffed. So the actual spring that retracts the curtain obviously broke in the past. The curtain must have started hanging down and they cut it out. Overall, this car is in really good condition. The seat, however, has got a tiny bit of vinyl lifting up on it, the same as how the C200 did. So it's slightly annoying. There and in the corner here. So I'm certainly not going to replace this like I did the C200. I'm going to get onto a vinyl repair company. I just got to look one up online, see if someone can come out and repair that because it's so small, and that'll be that fixed. So if you happen to be someone, reach out to me. This is the main damage that ended up it being in an auction. As you can see here, it really isn't that bad. There's a small scuff, top and bottom. It's ever so slightly pushed this in. The headlight has ended in the tiniest amount. We can release the screws, see if we can pop it back to where it's supposed to be, pull this out a little bit, fix up the fender the tiniest amount that it needs, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I know that the under tray at the front of the bumper also has to be replaced because it's pretty much mostly gone. So as for the suspension, we won't know until we get into the workshop. So other than this, which is obvious, you might not be able to see it, but there's a scratch here which continued on to here. You can just see it and it goes on. But with a slight bit of polish or even a finger rub, that's coming off. If anyone knows what SAO means, let me know, because I'm curious, because it's over the car in several spots. Now, one thing to note when you get a salvage auction car here in Australia, unlike the US and the UK counterparts with Copart, at least on the Copart website, it'll say whether the vehicle's running or not. When you get a vehicle from the salvage auctions here, it doesn't even state that. Sometimes it doesn't even have an odometer reading, and that can be concerning. The A250 has done just over 190,000 Ks. Yeah, it's up there a little bit, but it's still good to go. So, does it run though? When I looked at the photos, I saw this, and I could clearly see that it must have had a flat battery because they've got a jump pack on it. So that meant I had to take the risk in going out there when I picked it up to see if I could start it. So I needed to buy my own jump pack, which I don't have and I've always wanted. So that was a good excuse to get one. It needs a new battery, and that's going to be around the $450 to $500 mark, simply because it's a Merc and they're just more expensive. Team, parts are ordered and are on their way for the A250. I had to move the car and use the jump pack to start it. Got into gear, no problem. When it was time to put it back where we had it previously, it started, but it would not go into gear. With great risk comes great reward. Well, so far that just now seems like a big risk. So we're going to put the jump pack back on it. It's been a couple of days. See if it does go into gear. I do have a new battery on the way, but obviously want to see that it does or doesn't go into gear. And if it doesn't, you can see it. I have read online that one of the causes that it doesn't go into gear, even while the engine is running, is that the battery can be faulty. Well, this battery is dead, so, but it did go into gear before, now it's not. Let's see what's happening. On. Full boost. Okay, let's see that it starts all right, which I'm sure it will. Yep, started no problem. Now, will it go into gear? It's gone into gear. It's going into gear, no problem. Very, very curious. Well, regardless, the battery is on its way. Tristan has gone to pick it up. He's not far away. We will put that in so we don't have to use the jump pack. If you have an A250 or a Merc and you've had the same experience, leave a comment, let me know what could possibly be the cause and if it is a telltale sign of something about to fail or something. But in the moment, right now, it's gone into gear, press the park. What does this park brake switch down here actually do?
Does it make it so it can't drive?
Well, it doesn't do anything. So I'm not sure at all. I need to check that out. Anyway, we do have to plug in the scanner and check a few things regardless. But in the meantime, it started up and it's going into gear. So I'm just going to move it forward onto the grass and then be ready for changing the battery out. Team, it's been a couple of days already. Tristan did get here, but he came really late. The battery's here. We're now going to shove it in. We don't have to jump start it anymore, so let's do that. Disconnect the positive. This is the pyro fuse. This comes off as well, I think, yes. Underneath there. So I'll make that all easy to get out. There's a 13mm bolt down the side here. That is a locking plate. That holds clamps the side of the battery down so it can't move. 13mm bolt on bracket. It just has a little bolt on it. They're heavy batteries. Oh, look at that. This wasn't clipped in properly. Obviously, whenever the last person's put this in, you can see this here. This here is supposed to be under that little flap there, and it wasn't. It was sticking up, and this wasn't sitting in it properly because of it. And these weren't clipped into this back here properly. So now this is out. Hopefully we can get it in after I put the battery in. Leave that out for a second. Aha! Here we go, look at that. Now it's in place. Let's disconnect. It'll be easier if I can disconnect that. Look at that. Now that's out the way, and that's out the way. That's way easier. That there. I think we get just had more room. Right, let's put this in. Oh. I should write on that. Stick it on the battery. Great. That's really, really good. That is the correct. Now let's get this in. I've got to put all of this wiring here under here. Right as is first. This I also have a slot, and I can't see if they're sitting in it or not. Oh, I think it is. That wouldn't clip in there before because this side of the battery, this battery side wall wasn't clipped in bottom properly, and now it just went straight in. I was wondering why it wouldn't go in before. That is now sitting exactly how it should. Oh, clamp plate, should have done that. I need to get this in. I'm just going to give it a quick clean, but I need to take off the positive terminal. We've given the battery plate a clean. We're now going to have to take the positive terminal back off because I need to lift that plastic wall to get this back on. 1 13mm bolt. Done. Right, this can go back in. It's sitting the way it should, I think. Back on with the positive terminal. Negative terminal. Wire goes in there. This back on. Battery lid. Positive terminal plate's got to go on. We've got to plug in the breather tube as well, which is as simple as that. This goes on over the top, like so. All this needs to be cleaned. Look at it. Let's do this one. This is the original one. Came off the other battery. That's a bit taller. The lugs are a bit taller. These little shafts there, whatever you call them, slide into these grooves and lock in. This one looks like it's broken off. Yep, that one there is gone. It should be like this one here. But it's gone. That one there is gone. That one there is there. So, So line that one up and line the back one up and then push it forward. And that locks it on. This tray, this cable here for the bonnet release sits in the top. Like so. And that is it all back together. Let's get in the car and see it start. Okay, let's try it out. Keep in. Lights are on, we know they're working. And the display has come on, and I haven't turned the key yet, that's a good sign. And woohoo!
See if it goes into gear.
It'll go into gear. Put on the brake. Shut the door. Drive. Neutral. Reverse. Press the button. Doors just locked on their own. I'm going to check the tyre pressures. In fact, we could even just take that down. Check the air pressure of the tyres. Then we'll take it back up. We're just going to throw 50 psi or just under. These tyres are absolutely, they would never pass inspection. So, like I said before, all 4 wheels are going to be changed because they need to be the same. I can't put them through with 2 different size wheels. This is badly scuffed.
Yeah.
Oh, really badly scuffed.
Must have been hit by a big car.
Curve or something. Sazinga! A mouse and a koala to go. Apparently I got it wrong. It's a cat and a bear. I stand corrected by my cameraman, camera person, camera girl Jasmine. Bye bye, koala, bear. Save it for your kids. Oh, yep, these whiskers come off nice. Look at that. De-stickered. Okay, now that is done, we will get the inside cleaned out, but I really want to dive in and just see how quick we can turn this around. And this headlight should be flush out here. So it's moved in about 4 to 5 mil, but there's no damage to it in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to pop the bonnet, see if it's as simple as loosening a couple of screws to see if it'll move out, and tightening it back up. Let's check that out. This thing needs a major clean, a major degreasing indeed. It is dusty. So, but let's have a quick look in here. There's a screw there. Okay, I was a little worried for a second. There's a bend here, but it's supposed to be there. I've checked the other side, it's exactly the same. So, let's loosen that. Where else? Probably pivots over here. We may end up taking the bumper off. Probably going to take the bumper off. I'm going to check how much it's going to cost just to buy the tiniest amount of paint to match this so we can give it a quick spray. I've already got clear coat left over from the C200. If I patch that with my learning so far, trying to match the clear coats is not a great idea. That would mean I would have to rub back the entire bumper, fix the paintwork there after we put in some plastic body filler, shape it, spray that area as long as the paint matches, blend it, and then clear coat the entire thing. So, I got to work out, do I want to take that risk? Got to work that out. But we definitely want to fix that up for sure. And there's a couple of other tiny spots around here where it needs to be fixed up. So, all the parts we need for the A250 have arrived. We've got everything we need. The sunroof curtain is here. I've got a new under tray here. I've got some screws in that required. I've got a couple of trims, one for the door, for the window control module, and for the parking brake, the cover, all that plastic, the black paint had come off. So they're all going to get replaced. I'm going to suss out about someone coming out to fix up the tiny little spots on the driver's seat just to get them vinyl repaired. This is the first thing. So let's loosen this screw. Let's loosen this. Oh, look at that. That's brought it right out to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Come over to the other side and let's have a look at the other side where it's completely fine, hasn't been hit. You can tell here, right? So that's how I know it's going to be flush. And there's a fairly reasonable gap around all of that. And the front is ever so slightly more forward than the front part of the bumper. So, back over here. That is all feeling exactly the same where it is. If I put that screw in there now, the gap is a slightly bit bigger. What's going on? So suss it out. Okay. part of the fender and the bumper here is in slightly. You can tell by that spot there, that's in. So we will look at that. This part of the fender is also literally, it's literally just a fold that's come down. So again, it's an aluminium fender because it's a Mercedes. So I think the best thing is to probably take it off, or we just at least get the wheel off. I want to take all the wheels off anyway, because I can't take it over the pits. Pretty sure, because they are 18-inch wheels. The wheels on the front are the wheels that came with the car. The ones on the back are 19-inch, and they are not the ones. And I don't think I can take a mismatched set of wheels in. I will ring and ask, but they're not the same anyway. So the back ones look great, looks nice and beefy and gives it some aggression. But I definitely don't think I definitely can't put 19-inch wheels on the front, because I think they will interfere with the turning circle. So there's lots of clips and things that are missing, so we're going to have a look at that. But the under tray is going to be partly responsible for holding all of this in place. They've got red painted brake calipers, so I'm going to get the wheels off, give all of that a really good clean, check the thickness of the brake rotors to make sure that they're all in spec as well. So this shouldn't be too hard to fix up. Tapping it very carefully, slowly, because it's aluminium. Probably pulling this out because it shouldn't be in the way it is. We'll pull that out, and that is then also going to help with that panel gap. But in the meantime, for the simple sake of it, we can put that right there. We can put this screw back in place and tighten it up, and that'll be it already partly fixed. Done. Let's give the inside a super quick clean, and there's a sticker here, previous service sticker, which can come off because that's like nearly 3 years old already. Anyway, car needs a good clean out. There's just stuff all over the place. We'll get it out, give it a vacuum, and do some more. Bunbury. Take this whole mat out and give it a clean. No freebies. Montego Bay Rhythm, whatever that is. Okay, let's get the vacuum and start here. Seat and floor. These clips. There. It's supposed to. Oh. They're supposed to come off of there, so like that. You can clip onto there. They weren't clipped on in the first place. They are now. I'm taking that as a female driver for sure. Where's the other one you just had? Here it is. We just found this under the seat. Eat, sleep, game, repeat, which obviously went on to something, and here we go. Game over. Game over. Oh. Guitar pick. Guitarist, Muse maybe? Okay. The Righteous Butter body lotion. More hair lackeys. Here's another one of these Montego Bay Rhythm. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Anyway. Bit more hair lackeys. Oh, here we go. Here's the little, is that Xbox or Game Boy?
Controller thing?
Yeah. Oh, look. The guitar picks. Okay. That, it looks like an extension arm type thing, or a short one of these. This is attached to the windscreen. So that's got to come off, in fact. I'll just try and take that off now while I've just done it. Yep, that's definitely one of those. And is this stuck on, or is it? This is literally stuck on. Like a glue style. Oh, it's like a. Oh man. We'll come back to that. Anyway, what else is in here? Oh. Here, like. Oh, the whole little lining's come out, so that can be washed maybe in some way, shape, or form. More guitar picks. A lot thicker though. 0.75, 1 mil. Okay, let's just give that a quick vacuum out. This is just lifting here on the door. So we will get some super glue on the underside and just very carefully fold it down so it stops lifting. Yeah, and I'll just give it a wipe over. Otherwise, this is the only thing that needs changing is the controller, and we've already got it, so that'll be a quick one. Just need the tiniest amount. Now I'm turning it over so that glue is not going to get in the way, and then I can put it under where it's going to go. And gently keep. Get that up there. You know what they've done? They've grabbed down here, I think, and they've pulled the door to shut it. That's my guess. Instead of just trying to hit, because this is closer than here, especially when the door's really open. If you're short, that's what they've done. They've grabbed here. That is that done. We've given it a quick general wipe over, just with a damp cloth. And once that's changed out, that is pretty much the only thing that is left remaining. And I'm pretty sure this is probably going to come off in a very similar way to the way the C201 did. AMG is nice. That is the cup separator which goes in the front console, and because there wasn't one in there, I ordered one from AliExpress. It's slightly different to this, so we'll check both out. This is definitely different to the one that I ordered, so we will leave this in here obviously for now. And need to clean your glasses, Jess? I have no idea what that is. That's something small. Oh, that's the lid to the body lotion butter stuff. There's no lost $50 notes in here, so that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, give it a quick vacuum and keep going. The back is done. There was a floor mat on the back on the passenger's side. Gave it a quick vacuum. It's got red stitching. It's part of it. It's got a Mercedes logo on the back with a part number, but it actually belongs on the driver's side. So I've shoved it over there, but there is only one, so that is a little weird. Maybe they're going to hunt down one for this side, and it's not. in the back area and it's not in the front, so it's not under the seats, so it went walking. Found the service history, everything was in the glove box. We've just given that a quick vacuum out. This has got a full service history, and the last service was 167,685 Ks on the 18th of Jan 2024. There's 190,000 Ks on there now, so it's good that all of this service history is there. So she'll put all this back and finish off this section. There's no floor mat on the front either, so weird, man, weird. Well, they're in reasonably good condition. Center caps from the original two wheels at the back. Just put them to the side. Okay, here is a phone adapter or something that a lot of Mercedes come with, so that'll go on the console. The cover for the OBD port, so that can go back on. What's in the console? What's in here? What else have we looked in here?
There wasn't anything.
What's in there?
Nothing.
At all?
No.
Oh. Anything in here?
Sympathy for the skin lotion. Lush.
What about in here? Oh, now that, yeah.
Pieces?
There, that's a brass shaving from the curtain that's up here that's been cut out. Yes. And funnily enough, I was looking up this car online for cars that were for sale, and there was a curtain hanging like here. And I was like, oh, looks like it's a bit of a common problem. That whole insert can come out. This all needs a massive clean.
Done off? That?
Make sure you're back a bit. I guarantee you. Ugh. Gross. I've got a few things that we're going to change in on the inside, which I've explained before. One is the four-way door switch. That should be a pretty quick change out. There is also another really quick change out, and that is the little key ring ignition trim. I got same one, got a little carbon fiber look with a red ring around it because of obviously all the red that is on the car already. There is the park brake cover. Now, after doing the steering wheel buttons on the C200, I know that I'm going to, and by looking at the back of this, I know I'm going to have to take that entire switch out to do it, which is fine. And then I've got something super special that I really want to try. We're going to try it right now. This little start-stop button. Very cheap, and apparently for cars that have, I think it's keyless entry or key and go, I think it's called. You can literally plug that into where the ignition goes. It's got the same end as your key. And as long as the key's inside, I think, you can press that and it starts. So let's try this out now. Right, literally, you just plug it in. So here goes. Key is here, foot is on the brake. Will it work? Said remove starting button, then insert key. Let's try that. That's out. That's out. Here is said key. I don't know if there's some kind of sequence. Well, they just turned it a couple of times. I guess they do something else. Let's try it again. It does not work! What is going on? I try more. Take it out. That's the key. Don't get too excited. Get that off. There's two different frequencies in the keys. Well, that's just a letdown. Remove starting button, then insert key. Or it's just not set up for it. I will have to investigate further. Let's get on to getting this double-sided tape off. This is actually the phone holder that was originally in the car. Now I try to use a blade to try and scrape off either end, as you can see, but that just was not working. This thing was stuck on, so out with the mightier heat gun and my plastic pry tool, because I know that heat and double-sided tape definitely don't go together. And as you can see, great success.
Take that! I got it!
And just give it a quick clean.
Done! Got the replacement controller right here. Certainly looks exactly the same. I'll make sure I had the one that had the door mirror control as well, as per this one. So, first thing I'm going to do is take out this chrome trim here, which covers the two screws, main screws that hold in the door card.
And after actually getting it off, one part of it did not want to let go. I do not know why still, but it just wouldn't let go. So I looked at the controller thinking,
Can I just lift that out?
yeah, can I just take it out and swap it over? Because it literally only has a set of spring clips on one side, hence I kept checking it. And a bit of persistence and prying in the right place allowed it to come out.
Well, I suppose that saves taking the door card off. That was a lot easier than I thought. Considering this one here doesn't want to come off. But anyway, it doesn't matter because all I've literally got to do is plug it in and push it in. So let's test it first.
Testing things before you go and put them back together is vital. I've done it in the past so many times, and sure enough, I've had to take things apart again to find out why they haven't worked. So, test it,
All good.
and get thumbs up, and you know you're good to go to put it all back together.
Literally, I should just be able to push this in.
Yep, just push that sucker into the square. Bang.
Like
Brand
so.
new one. And just
Put this back in.
That clip back in place. That silver trim. Clip, clip, clip. Great sound.
Well, that was easy. Job done. Team, I think this parking brake button or cover should be a pretty quick and easy change up. Well, I'm hoping so. So this whole switch assembly here will need to come out to be able to get access, I think, to it to do it. So this side panel looks like it's the quickest and easiest way to get to here because it's right next to it. And that was easy. And oh, I think this is going to be easier than I thought. There's a couple of spring clips. If I can. Oh, are you serious? It can't be as easy as that. Oh. There's the whole mechanism. And there's the two spring clips I was literally talking about. It's held on there and that springs down, allowing it to come up and move forward. Oh, let's go up to the bench.
Up to the bench and pull this thing apart. I have to look over it. I've never pulled one of these apart before. But when you've done many things in the past, even just the steering wheel buttons on the C200, not that long ago, you've got an idea what to do. Out with the same toolkit that I bought for the buttons on the C200. Came straight in handy. It's the same screws. And after working out how to get the top off, out it came. And they were just spring clips. And then, this bit. And then it's just a matter of lining the two guide pins that are on there and pushing it in and clipping it in. As soon as you hear that clip sound, you know you've got it. Done. That ended up being a lot simpler than I thought after I worked it all out. Now I broke a couple of the little edges on here, but I've just put a dab of Gorilla Glue, super glue in just to, and they're holding straight away because the other sides are holding up. So I'm literally just putting this all back together and get it straight back in the car. And that is the door card done, the park switch done. The moles will just shove on the little trim that goes around the ignition and then work out about the button later. And that'll be the interior done. Now it's just a matter of doing the reverse and putting it all back together. And of course this is a lot quicker because I know what to do and how to put it back together.
Let's throw it in. In fact, plug it in, just test it, and then it's literally just going to push into place. Oh, yeah. Locked. Unlocked. Push it in. Done.
That just looks so much better. Along with that, vast improvement. Just simple things like that. This was on special at AliExpress at the time that I bought it. It was less than $14 delivered. And they're only $20 to $25. This cover only was only $3 or $4 or $5. Like, really? Come on. Put the, I'll just put the trim back in place. Pretty easy. Thank you, Mercedes-Benz, for making it not stupidly hard. Because it just doesn't need to be. One-handed too. Thank you. Team, thanks very much for watching this first part of the A250 rebuild. Not that there's too much to rebuild. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please share, and we'll see you on the next one.